right, are we ready to rock and roll? I see Brooksy there. Brooksy's holding it down. There's Madison. All right, if you have an opportunity, take yourself and put yourself on video so we can see your smiling faces. Madison, you got a great background there.
I know. I'm about to go to lunch with my boyfriend, so I'm over here. I decided to come here so I could do some of the call today before leaving. So
love it. That's fantastic. Very cool. Bud Doyle, how are you, my friend? Good to see you on here. Awesome. Well, let's get started with the attitude for gratitude. Attitude for gratitude. I actually have, hey, Jacqueline, I have a few of them here. And, you know, first off, and it's great to see you on here, Bud, is because you are part of my gratitude here this week, my friend. And, you know, Bud and Rex Jarnigan have both really stepped up as far as coaching wise, and we got some big goals in front of us. Kristen Connor is another one. We're gearing up for one heck of a fourth quarter coming up here, which I'm extremely excited about. So thank you for making the commitment and jumping in, and let's do this. So that's how I want to start mine off. Who else has some gratitude out there? Hey, Josh. Hey, Robin. All right, gratitude time. Who has some gratitude? Attitude for gratitude, or even share a success story around that.
Okay, I'll share something.
Awesome.
So Robin is on my team for Bold, and she has showed up 3 days a week very consistently to script practice, and she is just always providing positive insight and always bringing us back to what's important. And so just being a good leader and always, you know, keeping things positive.
Awesome. Well done, Robin. That's fantastic. Who has another one? That was great, Madison. Attitude for gratitude. Who has another
one?
Well,
I have to, I'm going to respond back to Madison because
I didn't even know you were on the call.
Yeah, no, she's always there, and it's been really nice to have someone that's, you know, waiting for us and always there and ready to talk. And I really appreciate your high energy and your positiveness. Thanks.
Awesome. Awesome. And I heard another voice jump on there. Was that Josh? Was that you?
It's Patrick. Patrick.
Hey, Patrick. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing awesome. What do you have to share with us?
Well, I'm grateful for Bold. I've been role-playing with Mark Mays, and it's really been good.
Excellent. That's fantastic. I see Renee and Debbie there. Good morning, ladies. Hey, hands up. All right, awesome. Well, hey, let's get started here. So let's jump into listings. So who has an upcoming listing? Let's chat about. And I can't see everyone. So Amber, if you could help me out with that. Upcoming listings. Yep, Bud Doyle, go for it.
Yeah, I've got one. It might be a couple of weeks away, but it's a condo in Meridian or so. So great location, and probably going to be priced sort of under $375. We're kind of talking about pricing right now, but awesome location, right? Kind of at basically E470 and I-25, so easy access to the airport, tech center or so, and hope to have that listed here probably in the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
Perfect. And are you going to be doing previews on that once you're almost ready to go, Bud?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll be able to kind of, I think we're going to probably do the virtual walkthrough or the Matterport as well or so, and to try to kind of get, you know, I based on the comps, it's going to go very quickly or so. There's not a whole lot in that neck of the woods for that product. So, but yeah, as soon as it goes live, I'll let everybody know.
Perfect. That's fantastic. Great job, Bud. Awesome. Who else? Upcoming listing. Listings.
I'll tell you about mine that went live yesterday.
Perfect.
I did put out last week, I believe it was, the one in Aurora. It is 3675 South Ceylon Way. And we did go on the market at 360, a ranch, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1152 up and 1130, and an unfinished walkout basement. The minute it went live, I had yesterday 19 showings today and tomorrow. And I would love to have somebody come in this office with an offer. I already have an offer in that is above list. My guy is out for the next 3 or 4 days, so we'll gonna take multiple offers and present them, but I just wanted to put that out to everybody.
Perfect. Thank you, Renee. That's awesome. Awesome. And congrats on the first offer, right? Excellent. So other upcoming listings. Can't see everyone. So if you have an upcoming listing, take yourself off of mute, please. All right. So we're going to keep on going. So buyer needs, or actually let's go with price improvements. Do we have any price improvements out there? Motivated sellers, calling on motivated sellers. Price improvements. Going once, going twice, 3 times, moving on. All right, so if we have upcoming listings, price improvements, anything like that, go ahead and put those in the chat so everyone can see it. How about buyer needs? Do we have any buyer needs? Buyer needs. All right, we're going to keep on moving then. So if you have buyer needs, put that in the chat. And we're going to keep on going here. So I believe, and I'm looking kind of concentrating here. I believe that's our good friend Henry Russell there in the back in the conference room. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Hey, Henry, tell us what's going on in the mortgage world, my friend. Give us that mortgage minute.
Yeah, sure thing. I'm going to turn the cameras. Okay, I was going to wonder. So we're going to use the whiteboard today. So give me a second here, and so I can make sure everyone can see it. Oh, boom. Boom. Can everyone read this, or is it backwards?
No, it's good.
I was wondering about that.
I do it enough that I know.
Oh, okay, cool. So again, Henry Russell, Movement Mortgage. I run the cash team here, and today you might have seen this week where the FHFA, which stands for Federal Housing Finance Association, they came out with some new rules and guidelines for refinances. So I know obviously you guys are all realtors, so this doesn't necessarily pertain to you in the sense of it's going to affect your purchases. However, if you know how the government rolls, they do something first as a tester, and then the next thing that they're going to do is that it will be on purchase. So we might as well have a little class today on what happened, how it happened, what it all means to you. So when we talk about points, and I've done this class before for some of the newer people that are here, but just really quickly, I kind of wanted to go over what it all means, right? So most of you saw where it said they came out with a 0.5% hit to the actual rate, right? But that doesn't mean that if you're at 3.75, it's going to drop you, or it's going to make you go up to 4.25. That 0.5 hit is to the cost of the rate, okay? So this little illustration here is going to kind of walk us through that. So basically, just so you know, the FHFA actually is in charge of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So that's all your conventional loans. So it's not FHA, it's not VA, it's not USDA, it's only your Freddie and Fannie or your conventional loan. So that is, it only applies to them right now. So on a $300,000 loan, this is what we're going to use as our example. If it was a 1% cost, it would be $3,000, okay? So obviously add 0.5%, which is what the FHFA has imposed upon all refinances now. On a $300,000 loan, it would cost you $1,500 for the same rate that last week would have cost you $0. Okay, so in this scenario, it's $1,500. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you about is all lenders, all of us out here are doing this, is we are trying to slow down volume. There are probably some of you that see me on a daily basis that just see me running around all the time. And the reason for that is because our volume is 3 times the amount that it normally is. As an example, last year, our company closed about $12 billion. As of July of this year, we closed $13 billion. So we almost closed in half a year what we closed the entire year last year. So we are swamped. We are super, super busy. Our operations staff is overwhelmed. So whenever you have an issue where you have a lot of volume coming in and not a lot of support, we do things to slow down the volume, right? So if you think about this in the sense of crops, if there's a bad tornado and it goes through and they lose a lot of corn, what do? They raise the prices so people don't buy corn as much. So most banks have imposed what we call a 3/8 hit or refi adjustment to all refis. Okay, so let's think about this. We got $1,500 that the government did for us. We've got $1,125 because 3/8 percentage of $300,000 is $1,125. So right now, for the same rate that you would have got a week ago, it now costs you $2,625. Pretty big adjustment. So that is something that's going on, you know, across all lenders, across all spectrums. As far as the 0.5%, that's just only on conventional. So if you're going FHA, USDA, VA, that does not affect you at all. But the 0.375 is probably affecting everyone. So on this example, you're on average going to be paying more about $1,100 more. The national average, so you know, is $1,400. So right now, that's what we're looking at. So again, this is just kind of a diagram of how it all works. But basically, a week ago, you would have paid $2,600 less for a rate of 3.25. Okay, so rates are still really low, and this is why everyone is up in arms, is because the federal government, who controls rates, has now imposed a rate adjustment on the rates that they've given us. They are trying to what we call I can't think of the word right now. They're trying to motivate our economy into stimulate. That's the word I'm looking for. They're looking to stimulate the economy, but now that they've stimulated the economy, they're now kind of hacking away at it and getting money back. So it's kind of like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. So that is kind of a quick example. Again, this does not apply to purchases as of today, but I will tell you, they brought this out to us the night before it was going into effect. So on Wednesday, it was great. Wednesday night, we got an email. Thursday morning, it was in our pricing. It wasn't even 24 hours. So when this happens to purchases, it will be instant. And as soon as that happens, I'll let you guys know. We'll give you some information on that. Does anybody have any questions on what I talked about?
I have a question, Henry.
Okay.
Does that also apply when you have locked in? After you lock in?
Right, that's a great question. So if your rate was locked in prior to this going into place, then it doesn't affect you, okay?
Oh.
But how it could affect you is our turn times right now that are normally 21 to 30 days are like 45 to 60 days. Some banks are now 90 days. The big banks are up to 110 days. So they're extending your lock. If your lock ever expires, then you will be subject to this 0.5.
So, Henry, quick question. So does that mean that when we're writing our contracts, I mean, this sounds like these are important conversations to have with both buyers and sellers, or not? Debbie, I see you shaking your head, but I only see the back of you. So
I'm telepathically telling Debbie to shake her head. So this doesn't apply to purchase at all. This is only for finances at this time. But if it does, then yes, that would be a conversation that I would have with the borrower. Now, here's the thing. The lender should have that conversation with them also, and it may or may not affect them. Now, remember, we as lenders, we can absorb this 0.5% depending upon what rate we gave you. Yeah. So.
Kind of the, red tag sale, give it away to take it back.
Exactly.
Or raise it up.
Exactly. So if we priced your loan out and we had a little wiggle room, then we might be able to absorb this and you may not have no hit at all to your actual closing costs. But if we priced you out at the very, very bare, skinny, like we were just trying to give you the best rate possible without you having to pay anything, and then this comes along and you're not locked, then yeah, you are going to see an increase either in closing costs or an increase in your rate.
On a refi right now.
On a refi right now. Any other questions?
I bet you it's 30 days we see this in new money.
I don't know. This is being recorded, so we have you down for 30 days.
Yeah.
Do I hear 25? Do I hear 20?
What do you think?
I think that the purchase market will be safe until fall.
Well, fall is in 30 days, my love.
Right.
That's true. I'm thinking around October. But yeah, that's probably in 30 days. Because what's today, like 18?
Yeah, and
So-
fall is like September 22nd or something.
Right. So yeah, I agree. I think once we kind of get through the summer, they're going to reevaluate and they're going to probably pull something there. Now, the only thing that will save us, and not to get too geopolitical here, is that we have an election year. And so they may or may not do that because it's an election year. That's the only thing that may save us.
Yeah, which means they will.
So Henry, if I'm looking to list my house in the next 90 days, I mean, this could be an important conversation to have. If I'm looking to buy a home in the next 90 days, this could be an important conversation to have. If I'm just starting the whole process, just to be able to come from a value side, I get that it's not concrete yet. The more education we're able to give our clients, the greater the experience, right?
Right.
So would you recommend that? Like, would you recommend those types of conversations to start having today?
Yes. So when I train other loan officers, one of the things that I train them on is to give what I call the surgeon's bedside manner before major surgery. I don't know if any of you have had major surgery before, but before you do, the surgeon basically comes in and tells you everything that can go wrong. Everything that can go wrong.
But it probably
Right.
But it might.
Right. They tell you everything can possibly go wrong. You might not wake up. We might give you too much blood. We might give you the wrong blood. There's a 32% chance that, you may wake up with one of your sides. You can't move it. They tell you all these things. And then at the end they say, but we do the surgery all the time. And 99.9% of the time we don't have a problem. So I always feel like preparation of the client is the most important thing, And so to your point, Patrick, yes, I, as a realtor, would love to be able to give this information because it makes me the expert, right? It makes me look like I'm an experienced realtor that is looking out for my client and is giving foresight on things that could happen that would affect the bottom line, right? Because at the end of the day, if this happens on purchases, it's going to affect your closing costs. So that's kind of a big deal. Even if you're on the listing side, they're probably going to buy something. So whether you tell them now on the listing side or on the buy side, it's going to be important. So yeah, I would say this would be something good for them to go over. Just make sure that when you're going over it, you're saying that this has not been done just yet, that this only applies to refinances, and we have no indication that this will happen on purchases, but it's something that could happen, and I wanted you to be aware of that. So yeah, great
And
question.
you say, I'm the anesthesiologist, and now you can go to sleep.
Now you can go to sleep. Count back from 10, 9,
Yes,
8, 7,
exactly.
6.
Breathe.
Does anybody ever get to 1? I've never seen
Never.
one. Everybody's like, no. All right, so that's all I have for you guys today. I'm here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow, I'll only be here for half a day. We have our drive-by food drive. That's going to be going on at South Metro Denver Realtor Association. Basically, you can just pull up in your car. We'll take the food bank items out of your vehicle. Well, I guess you'll hand them to us, or we can grab them from the back area. And that's going to be at the Smidra building tomorrow. So if anyone wants to donate to that, would love to see you out there. We're going to be out there from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So please feel free to stop by.
What kind of things are you hoping to get?
So we're hoping to get non-perishable, ready-to-eat, kid-friendly meals. It doesn't have to be that. If you want to donate cans of corn or cans of green beans, it's fine. The reason why we're focusing on that is because there's a lot of children that are home now. They're not going to school. The parents are going to work still, and now they're home alone. So if we could get kid-friendly, ready-to-eat meals, things like macaroni and cheese in the little cups that they can just heat up in the microwave, oatmeal that they can just add water to, things of that nature would be great, so that they can have a meal that they can make themselves.
Snacks, all kinds of things like that, right?
Snacks, anything like that, yeah. Anything that's going to come in a container that's pretty much non-perishable.
Individual.
Individual, right. Anyone else?
I'm heading over there at noon if anybody needs me to pick up anything from them before I go over there.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You know, I'll actually be here. Actually, I won't be here tomorrow. I've got to go to my other office. But if anyone wants to bring anything to this office and just drop it off, I'm more than happy to transport it over also. And Brooksy, if you want to grab stuff, that'd be great.
Yep.
That'd be great for that.
Guys.
Yeah. Yep. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you. Thanks for the time, Patrick.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Henry. All right, Debbie, Connor. I see there's a bat and there's something going on that desk over there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll swap the cameras.
Oh, now I can see the room. Hey, Renee. All right. What you got there, Deb?
We moved. I know. Well, we've got some awards to hand out.
Hey.
Yeah. Let's see what we have. We'll keep that one for last.
Are you sure you don't want to talk to them? Because you don't have to talk to us.
I should be talking to them. Oh, here.
Switch it the wrong guy.
I did. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. All right. Hey, just so you all know, I put out. I know. Here you go. So I sent out a Haymarket text yesterday asking people that, you know, if you should have all gotten an email from Smedra to vote on the Smedra and the Aurora Association of Realtors merger. I was on the call this morning. Aurora Association voted on it yesterday with a 94 point something, just shy of 95% pass rate.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and Smedra voted, put all the numbers together this morning after the Zoom call, and everything passed with flying colors. So Smedra will now be over 5,000 members, over 500 affiliate members, and some really cool things are going to be coming out. So if you voted, thank you for doing that.
Awesome.
Let's see here. That kind of stuff's been in the making for since 2010 when I was involved in it. So anyway, so we've got some, oh my gosh, some cappers. So William Kretzer, 100% of your commission. Woo-hoo!
Nice.
And Eddie Maurer, 100% of your commission. Way to go, dude. That's awesome.
Great job.
Danielle Thompson, 100% of your commission.
That's awesome.
That's fabulous.
Well
And-
done, Danielle.
Right? And Bud's up here, so Bud, jump up and down quick. Get one as well. Congratulations. That's so fun. We love creating freeloaders. And we got a whole new passel of freeloaders. So who's going to be the next freeloader? We got some lining up. I know we do. So we have some July awards for the number, hold on. Number 2. Let's do them in the other order. So number 3, the 13th for July, is One Home Colorado. They closed $1,607,636 to be precise.
Wow.
Closed 4 units. So way to go, Steve Nickerson team.
I'll take it.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Great job. Great job, guys.
Right? And Jody was on there. Where'd she go? There she is. Oh, you're sideways. You look like you're shooting off in a rocket. There you go. So number 2 team for July, the Alliance team, Jody Walco, closed $1,825,300 in sales volume for 5 units. Jody, way to go, girl.
Good job, Jody.
Very nice. Don't take your eyes off the road, girl.
Right? 10 and 2.
Okay, so quick, we need to. Number 1 team for July was the Arvilla Home Partnership. They closed $2,241,120. 6 units. Woo! That is smoking hot.
Great job, Andrew.
As my 7-year-old grandson says, I smoked your pants. And he just smoked. That's awesome. All right, so individuals. Number 3 for July, who is it? Sitting there with these little cutie patootie twins, Josh Sack.
Hey, Josh.
Josh. $2,067,767 in sales volume for 5 units. Way to go, Josh.
Good job, buddy.
Number 2. This is so awesome. Wow. Number 2 individual, Mr. Doyle. Again, Buck Doyle closed $3,403,400 in sales volume. He
Woo!
closed this 8 units. Wow. But
Bud Doyle in the house.
all right. So, number 1 individual for July was Ann Shira. She closed 2 units. Now get a load of this. This is why you change your price point. She closed $6,100,000 in sales.
Woo!
She's Ann sells.
Good year 1 month.
Yeah, good year in 1 month. She, I love signing those checks. She sells the custom homes in backcountry and just about wrapped all those up back there.
Nice.
So send Ann a huge thumbs up. Wow, what a job! What a job!
You know, Deb, what I caught there was, did I just hear you correctly? The single agents beat out some of the teams? Did I hear that right?
They smoked their pants.
Woo! They smoked their pants.
Smoked their pants.
Wow! There you go.
Thank you, Connor Wilson.
Great job, everyone. Oh my goodness. Great job.
Right? So we have our heavy hitter award. I think we need to get bigger bats. That's what I think. This is a new one. So heavy hitter is what? How many, who took how many what?
Listings?
The most listings. So 3 new listings. Ryan Lawson for a total of $1,262,000 in volume. There you go.
Good job, Ryan.
Nice.
Way to go. So
Wow, that is awesome, awesome, awesome. And for those who were playing the game, there you go. You know, Deb, let's talk. You're standing up. What are your ahas around this? What? Holy goodness! Right? Is this the month of May? Which month are we in right now?
well, we're in August, and everything that I'm reading online is August is the new May.
Yeah.
And if August is the new May, September is the new June, October is the new July, and I don't see, and you listen to Henry, the train has not slowed down.
No.
Unless it's trying to get through Glenwood Canyon, then it can't get there. But the train is not slowed down, right? And you know, it's not the time of year to take your foot off the gas.
Yeah, I would add to that with rates staying low, and our prediction is that rates will remain between 2.75 and 3.25 for a 30-year fix over the next 8 months. It's the perfect storm.
It is
The absolute perfect storm. And we as lenders, we brought on another 20 staff people this month alone. And we are continuing to do that because the projection for lenders right now is that we won't see a slowdown until possibly February of next year.
Wow.
So that's,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. There's a message to share with our clients, right? Oh my goodness, right? So when we traditionally would be slowing down in November, December, you know, in that time period, it actually could create massive opportunities on what we do today. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what I'm hearing.
Woo! So Deb, your PC program's really taken off, and kudos to you for that, and really just diving in and pouring into these guys. What's going on? What's the secret to the sauce?
It's a 4-letter word.
Uh-oh.
WORK. They are working. And I'm telling you, they don't take no for an answer. They are scripting and role playing like crazy. They're out there taking market share. And I mean, Jackie is up here on the screen, and that girl's killing it. And she's had some bumps in the road like nobody else that nobody could do anything about, right? And she, look at her, and she is like the Energizer Bunny, or like the Timex watch. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking, and she just keeps going, and use it as rocket fuel. And my goodness, you should have coffee with some of these people and ask them what they're doing. What kind of smart plans are you putting out? She talks to people at the nail salon and gets a $2.8 million listing. So come on. You know, if you're not talking to people, if you're not plugging in, one of the agents here this morning went back into their RE Colorado account where they were sending auto emails off to people, started reconnecting with some of those people. One was a couple years old, and the value of their property has gone up huge. I mean, what an awesome phone call to make, just to see, you know, I noticed this. Is there anything we can do for you today? Are you ready to upgrade? So Henry's got some amazing stuff for you to use. Our groups on Bold are in there working their tails off, and you guys are all meeting individually and helping each other out. It's good. It's all good stuff. I've never seen this office come together the way they have through COVID. And you know what? It's showing up in all these numbers that are laying in front of me. And it's shown up in your pocketbooks, which is even more important.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the GCI looks like. This is going to be amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, you're doing this. This is awesome. So
ORK. That's all I can say.
Love it. So let's do a temperature gauge on Bold, right? We're 3 weeks in. Well, we're just about 3 weeks in. How are we doing? Talk to me. Like, how are we doing out there? Who's in Bold right now that's seeing, you know, are you running into a wall? Are you punching through that wall? How is your experience? That's a live question.
Who's on there?
Robin Maurer, how's your experience in Bold? I love it when I just get to call on everyone.
It's been a struggle. That's why
Okay.
I didn't jump out and say anything. The information is awesome. The role plays, everything like that. But personally, it's just been a real struggle. I'm making my calls and calling, and you know, I'm getting wonderful conversations with people, but I haven't seemed to be able to break through yet to get things actually, you know, some material result from it. But I know that what I do now is going to affect me in the next few months. So I'm pushing forward, because 3 months ago when all this started, I was kind of like, oh, I didn't do much, and I can feel it now. But I know what I'm doing now is going to help me. So I'm just going to plow through until something breaks.
That's a fantastic job.
Yeah, it's great. It's great encouragement, great information. I'm learning something every single day, and the role plays have been really good.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Rob. And I truly appreciate the transparency there, because I'm sure you're not the only one, right? Who's feeling that right now. So who else is getting experience out of Bold? Like, let's share. This is really powerful when we share together right now. Brooksy, what are you getting out of Bold?
Yep, I'll share. So Robin, I'm feeling very similar to you. My family was in town this weekend, so I got a little bit off track. But Bold is allowing me, one, with the recorded sessions and things like that, the flexibility to catch up and then hit the ground running again. So I'm enjoying
Awesome.
it. Getting so many nuggets of wisdom every single day from Bold.
But and the key may be, you know, when you're, it's a lot to take in, right? Bold is a lot to take in general, and it's a lot to take in each session. And there's, you know, and it creates an incredible opportunity for us, you know, as a team, as a brokerage, as individuals, to focus in on one thing. If there's one thing I could pull out of that, what would it be? If I was, you know, today's coaching session that starts at noon, what do I want to gain out of that? What is somewhere where I would want that conversation to go to? And maybe that could be part of that direction, right? Because otherwise, we're trying to do all these balls in the air, and what happens? They fall.
Let them all fall.
Right? It's the tale of chasing two rabbits. How many rabbits do you catch when you chase two at the same time? None. Zero. So that may be an opportunity, right, is to look at this and say, you know, don't beat yourself up, right? For those who are in Bold, or you're feeling that, Robin, I appreciate you sharing that. If you're feeling that, Brooksy, if you're feeling that, what did I do well? What did I learn? What did I do well? What did I learn? And then the third would be, what can I focus in on this week, this session that can make the greatest impact on my business? And diving it all the way down, right? Because once you do that, now you have, and and really we're talking mindset around this too, because you're hitting you're succeeding in something. You're succeeding in fulfilling that task, right? And you're continuing to learn, and as you learn, more opportunities will open up. And that's what I think is amazing here, and what Henry shared a little bit earlier. It's picking up. So go get your unfair share. What does that look like, right? How do we do that and manage life, right? I'm at home, obviously, and you know, there's no COVID going on, but the whole family now has a cold, right? So life showed up. So what do? We pivot, right? Josh, you had your beautiful daughter on your lap there a minute ago, right? So life shows up. What do we do to pivot, flip that rock over, and push forward? The key is not getting lost in the madness, which is very easy to do, right? As we're pushing forward. So stay that task. Josh, yeah.
It's muted.
Hold on, let me grab her. Hold on. Hold on, sorry. I just wanted to mention that, you know, I had a real struggle in June, doing, you know, I had 3 closings in June, 5 closings in July. And because of COVID, I watched these 2 5 days a week because my wife is back to work full time. And there are definitely days where you question a lot of things, not question, but you just have to push through. I just wanted to mention that I think I'm a perfect example of that, because you literally watching twins, you know, 9 to 6, you know, every day, and being able to close, you know, 8 deals in 2 months is something I'm very proud of. So
We're proud of you. Yeah.
We are too, Josh. I mean, we really are. And, you know, I think that's a perfect example, right? Right in our office. So Josh, how do you do it, man? How do you do it? How do you close 8 and have twins and you got full time going on there? I mean,
yep. Lots of coffee. No, I'm kidding.
I know that world.
Yeah, right. And Red Bull.
Oh.
No, it's, you know what it is? It's definitely, you know, I know we talk, a lot of these things are going to be things that we've heard before, you know, fortunes in the follow-up, you know, getting after people. But to be honest with you, I had to be extremely, extremely efficient with my time. And I can tell you that the time that I do have, when, you know, they're both sleeping or whatever it is, I take full advantage of that, and I just game plan every single time. So I'm like, okay, if I know that I have the hour there, I'm going to knock out as many calls as I can, follow up, this and that, and just being honest and upfront with people, telling them where the market is, what's going on. And that really just put fuel on the fire for June and July. And I've got what, 2 listings. I've got 2 under contract right now, and 2 listings active, and I just keep going on it. But really, it's really just following up and really being efficient with the time that you do have. I can say that I never really knew the time that I had until I had these 2. So I've been really able to hone in on that, and I need multitask, of course, at the same time, but more of it is like, when you have that time, you know, really, really take advantage of it and just game plan it out. Like, I'm going to do all X amount of things. I have it in my calendar. I keep a really, really tight knit calendar now. And I know that when I do have that time, what are the things that I need to do? And I game plan that late at night for the next day for when I do have time available to me. And yeah, I've just taken off with that. So,
So Josh, being that you have, and I just want to focus here for a second, because even you and I had chatted, and I was like, Josh, when's a good time to catch up with you? And you said, I have time on Thursday between this time and this time.
yes.
That was the conversation, right?
Very
so
specific. Yep.
Being that which, by the way, I love hearing that. I love hearing that. So how are your clients responding to the schedule? And how do you feel now that you're holding to a calendar?
Yeah. I'm definitely I'm a relational agent. I think a lot of us are. So I have struggled in the past with, you know, trying to keep hours, but letting honestly clients dictate my hours a lot of the time. You know, they say, oh, I can chat late, or I can chat super early, or whatever. They kind of dictated the time, but I have absolutely flipped the script, Patrick. And so I actually am very upfront with people and say, listen, my schedule is busy. Everybody is busy, but I have, you know, again, I have this window of time. And to be honest with you, people have responded really well to it. I actually think that I'm much more efficient with it because people respect that time. So I have a 20-minute window or a 30-minute window.
I'm fine. It's like, this is Wednesday, right? They have the $2 bagel and schmear.
Oh,
don't know.
And so yeah, so I was just saying that, like, they really do respect that time frame, and it's amazing because it's to the point, it's efficient. We don't mess around. We don't, you know, they don't go around and ask a lot of questions. We just really get to the point, and whatever that conversation is, you know, listing appointment, whatever it is, we really just get to it. And I hold them to that time. I say, listen, you know, my phone will go off, and I say, listen, I do have to leave. I have another appointment. And people have responded very, very well to that, to the point where it actually crazy enough, it actually frees up so much more of my time because I am so efficient about it. So.
Absolutely love that. Who else can relate with that? Right? Do we all have things going on in life? Right? Are there curveballs being thrown at us daily? Right? We're all in this together. And Josh, I love the fact that you said that, because this is such a different conversation than you and I had even a year ago. Completely. Right? And so by you know, it's the freedom exists in the commitment. So the freedom of time, the freedom of being able to focus in on what's truly, truly important exists in the commitment of the calendar and the schedule. So Josh, you threw some nuggets out there, and I trust everyone wrote those down. And because we all are dealing with this right now. I mean, all of us are in this together. You know, when we look back at, you know, we have Bold going on. We had Big Y seminar last week, which was powerful with Doug and Glenda. We had Chris Benson in our team meeting last week with 5 Doors, taking us to how to earn $150,000 net. We have Jake's short sale class coming up on the 24th. Holy cow, we have Mega Camp. We have Mega Camp coming up. And Mega Camp's going to be the 15th to the 17th of September around leads, listings, leverage, and you can customize your experience. So how are we taking advantage of these types of opportunities? You have, you know, Deb just wrapped up Ignite with PC, who you guys all killed it in PC. Congratulations. So like, how are we taking advantage of these opportunities coming in? Are we taking advantage of these opportunities? You know, like Josh had said, you're saying yes over here, you're saying no over there, right? You're saying yes to this. When you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to another. Because we can't squeeze 28 hours into a day, right? And gosh, I'd hope that you take care of your body and yourself first, and you sleep, right? Forget about COVID for a moment. This is the perfect, trust me, it's going on outside of my walls here. The cold season's back, right? This is the time of the year that it starts happening where kids are going back to school. So how are we maximizing our time in protecting our health when we're doing that? And that would be a question that I would have for everyone on this call. You know, and what were, I know we got a couple minutes to just kind of dive into this for a second. What were some ahas that you've had? We talked about Bold. What was an aha that you had from either if you were in the Big Y class or you were at team meeting last week with Chris Benson? So what would be an aha that we could share and we could focus around? Josh just dropped a bunch of nuggets right there. So which was awesome. Thank you. So what is something that you pulled away from either Big Y or from Chris Benson with 5 Doors last week?
Patrick, I've got something, but it's not from either one of those things.
Perfect.
I'm doing what's usually a 3-day class in 12 hours. And it's the MAPS models class. And we had our first session yesterday. And one of the things that came up was the 90-day rule has cut itself in half. And even the National Association of Realtors are going, what people used to see coming around in 90 days, like your activities paying off in 90 days, has shortened down to 44. I'm like, whoa, that's incredible.
Wow.
So, I mean, and the most key thing, and I love that Josh hit on this, was how key it is for the agent to follow a schedule. Put your big rocks in. You know, not being able to show up for a class or something because, you know, your kids had a school play or something was going on. It's like, you already know all that stuff ahead of time. Shame on you that you didn't get all your big rocks put into your calendar. That has to go in first. And so following that schedule was just key. And Josh, I challenge you that it's not your clients that are respecting it, it's you. You respect it first, and they follow your lead.
Well said, Debbie Connor.
Good on you, Josh.
That's awesome. I love that. So, wow, there we go. What's another one? One more aha? And it just, again, it could be something in the last week that you picked up, or great point there, Deb, with the MAPS models course. Hey, Jody.
Hey. One, I just want to congratulate Josh. I actually, I worked with him when he was a brand new agent, and I'm just so proud of you, Josh. As a mom, that hits home too, so I don't know why that just made me emotional, Josh, but I love you, buddy. But I think one of the things I've been really working on is stop being all or nothing. Slow and steady is so much better than me overcommitting and then crashing. I don't know how to go big or go home, or not be that way, I guess I should say, but I'm so much more effective when I set realistic baby steps, and that's hard for my personality. And so just really be realistic in your time blocking, be realistic in those goals you set for yourself. And even, you know, I wouldn't run a marathon today, never running at all. So why would I set goals any other different without training? So that's been that's a hard lesson even at 45 for me to figure out, but it's been really key for me to gain a lot of traction to stay focused.
I love that. Thank you, Jody. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. And these are all things we can apply, right? Immediately apply in our business, and more importantly in our life. Like, let's start there. Like, Deb, you hit it. It's the big rocks. What are your big rocks? If you looked at your calendar and you put in everything that was really, really, really important to you and your family, right? First week of school is starting. Regardless of how we feel it's starting, it's starting. There's still sports going on for the kiddos. There's things going on the weekend. Are you plugging those things in, right? There's been some incredible ahas that I've heard recently, even on those, and some of our even our own top producers that have said, you know what, I'm taking a break for the weekend so I can hit a reset button. And they come back charged, ready to go. Yet they had to schedule that in. It didn't just happen. So are you doing something along those lines? Are you scheduling the time you need for yourself and for your family first? Fill in the other things with business after that. Josh, you said it. You respect your calendar, they will respect your calendar. Here's the other piece. You'll quickly begin working consistently with people who respect your calendar, and it gives you more time and freedom and energy. So you can put your energy where it really matters right now, which is our families, right? Like, we do this for a reason. We didn't just do this because it didn't matter, because we didn't have big whys, because there wasn't something important, right, Josh? Absolutely. Like, we are all doing this for an underlining reason. So don't lose sight of that reason. And that's, you know, a huge piece, right? Just because what happens outside our doors and our windows does not mean you give up on your goals, ever. It means we figure out how to flip that rock and still attain those goals. We have some of our agents that are in our office right now, single agents and teams, that are kicking it into gear. I mean, it is going down. And it's because they've made a choice, right? The market is the market, production is a choice. The market is the market, production is a choice. They've made a choice. Now there's a driver behind that choice, though. So really dive in deep within yourself and say, what is that driver? What does that look like? What is my real motivation? Not the sales volume, not those pieces. Do we like it? Yeah, we love it. We're competitive. I'm just a little competitive, right? Just a little, kind of little, probably a lot more crazy and a little bit competitive. So that the piece is I don't lose sight of the goal on what's really, really important. And I would, as you know, as your team leader, as a partner in your business with you, as our leadership team, our partners with you in your business, now is the time you lean in, right? We say that a lot, and we say it because the market isn't waiting for us to decide what we want to do. So lean in and take these opportunities. And if the opportunity doesn't match and it's not the right fit, then don't take it. Right? Renee, did I see your hand go up there?
Nope.
Nope? Okay. Deb, as we get ready to wrap up here, do we have any broker bites we should be chatting about? And thank you all for sharing that. I think that's very powerful, by the way. Thank you, thank you.
No broker bites.
No broker bites? Awesome. Well,
questions, we got it.
Let's wrap up then. We're going to wrap up a few minutes early today. And the reason for that is so you have a chance to grab a cup of water and get ready to jump on the Bold coaching corner that's going to be happening here, which has been off the hook recently. So jump onto that, pour into it, and figure out what's your one thing that you're looking to get out of into your business, into your life, and reach out to us and let us help, because we are all in this one together. And you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you're doing incredible. You're doing awesome, 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 awesome. So I'll see you later. You guys have a fantastic week. Thank you for joining us today.